I'm Seth Kennedy, and this is a poem, Sometimes Sunflowers, from my book, Home Cures for Hangovers. Sometimes sunflowers. Sometimes sunflowers surprise and posture up through concrete cracks. Big dumb yellow heads, struggle drunk but thick with courage, asserting themselves in orphan schoolyards and abandoned parking lots, where the poets of practicality shore up and, in these forgotten sacred spaces, watch the sunflower show, scribbling pious, frenetic in the heat, like gospel authors detailing a miracle. They bleed a language dry, searching for words and calculated combinations that would, in some way, accurately convey the beautiful determination they happened upon today. Disappointment strikes when the moon clocks in for her night shift and poets return home to comb over their accounts of a bravery that calls no attention to itself. Devastating, inimitable, yellow. Amateurish adjectives and vacant prose, shapes and squiggles on a page, unpersuasive in their attempt to bottle a beauty too heavy true for words. Back in their apartments that night, the poets take it out on their wives. Collateral damage of a beauty wrongly defined. Life seen only as good as its eventual use, a pleasure proved only by what it eventually produced. When good news takes a backseat to a realistic take on truth, the newspaper headlines of life read only, ever, all bad news to you. Now she wears bruises on her arms, has to ice her jaw, because you only read the first half of the story, and you miss what you should have paid attention to. A ways away, whisper soft and humble-hearted in big cities of men desperate to prove a point. Sunflowers, contented in the clumsy, say while waking, don't think about it too much. Some things are just beautiful because. Exacerbated poets won't hear it, refuse to listen, frustrated, saying, however beautiful it is, it's unprofitable if it doesn't end in something profound being written. There's something that you're missing. If something is only as beautiful as what it eventually leads to, you'll always be disappointed. This one devastating, inimitable, yellow wonderful now that we have is beautiful because it is, and who we get to share it with. And no, it isn't perfect, but how or who or what the hell ever is. Life is not a means to an end, and love is not a function. And we can piss and moan and circle the cheap beer section 3 times like the walls of Jericho and wish it was different. But until we really know, and believe it in our bones, that the lovely life is the life we have, walls will continue to stand. And believe me when I say I am so often the same way. Still moonlight as a poet of practicality from time to time, have life so pragmatically defined that the people I love are the people who pay most for it. But I am working on it. I am working on not becoming another in a world too full of men who turn 100 in their 20s. And base life around the lie that happiness won't buy you money. I am working on it, because I've already seen me and too many of my friends trade our wants for oughts, and think too much about what other people who worry about too much about what other people think of them, think of us. I am trying to conscientiously object to the heart's not-so-civil war between the haves and the have-nots, grow a garden of gratitude in the space between the way things are and the way I wish they would be. Not let myself become another caloric casualty, another slow death by small talk. I am trying to remember to forget what I've been led to believe about beauty and its eventual use, because truthfully, sunflowers can be seen as either lovely or in your way. It's all a matter of what you choose to pay attention to. So find me back in the abandoned parking lots, the orphan schoolyards, working hard to quiet my heart. Because if you do it enough, if you listen to what the sunflowers say, that some things are just beautiful because, you will find real miracles in your real life. And the whole world will feel like music. And you'll notice how the clouds hang, suspended, like jagged little F-sharp sevenths in the otherwise blank page of sky. And you'll start to sing along with it. Because you didn't know what you thought you did. Because you understand love is not a function. Because you are grateful for life, and because sometimes sunflowers surprise.